Hello, I hope you're having a great day. I have something to show. I have made a little program called Runes, and this handy little program is great for turning your source file into an executable file. Now, why did I make this? Well, basically, usually we are going to use either VS Code. See, this hike in RAM, it's 39. It's 40. So it's using a lot of RAM and it's kind of very bloated. Don't save. And on top, you have to use something called Code Runner. You would usually use something like Code Runner to run a variety of languages. I think it lists everything here, C, C++, Java, JS, PHP, Python. Well, you don't want to rely on VS Code anymore. And if you use a text editor, then what you have to do is you have to compile it into the language, into your specific language you're using. For example, I have this presentation folder called Runes, and let's create a C file called, and we're going to open this in NeoVim, which is NVim, it's NeoVim, called main dot, let's use CPP. It's a C++ file. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to write your C++ program. Let's write a small C++ program. I make a lot of typo. So let's print something. Hello world. And end the line with this. So we have our C++ file over here, and what we do is we run this G++. We want to compile it to main. Okay, again, the typo. My typos are universal. I hope this fixes it. Okay. Now let's try to compile it. Well, it has been compiled. Let's see. And you can see sort of what I did. I made a script specifically to do this whenever I just save the file. Okay? Whenever I save the file, it just runs. I don't have to do anything. I can just focus on coding. Now, I'm going to open another terminal, go to the same folder, okay? And I'm going to show you what my program does. So let's see what I have in my folder. In this folder, I have two files. Main, I'm just going to remove the main folder, main binary. So I'm left with this file, okay? And I'm going to edit this in the NeoVim. And as you can see, NeoVim has a little effect on RAM. I just like NeoVim because it's very, very lightweight to use. What you're going to do is you code here and you want to see your output, whatever you code in. Okay, so I made a program called runecall. Let's run runecall. Right now, it provides support for 5 languages: C++, C, JavaScript, Python, and Rust. So these are the folders: Ratatouille, Waves, Bun, Croc, Hydra. Now look what happens when I invoke this program with this option, CPP, C++. It copied Hydra in this folder. So again, we did not have this. We only had main.cpp. Why it's a dot folder? Because you will not be able to see it. Okay. So, in regular sense, you just see one file, but LSA, it shows you the hidden folders. Now, why I did this? So you can run this, Hydra. Okay, dot Hydra, and you run.lua, and it's running. Now what happens? Now see what happens if I use another one. Let's print another line. This is great. Now, without this program, I would have to save this, go to the terminal, compile my source code into binary, and run it. Now, if I save it, this is great. It shows it. If I delete it and run it again, it changes. So this makes it way easier for you to do things. You can literally like do this in a text editor, which is what I will show you right now. You literally can use it in a text editor. Let's open a text editor. This is literally a bona fide text editor. Let's open something. Let's see. Can we open something from here? Okay, there's no. Okay, I think this is what we use. We'll go to homes, and we're gonna look for runes. CPP. So I open this in the text editor. I can add a line. Let's add another line. This is, by the way, is not a code editor. This is literally a text editor. And let's say high five. And it worked. It definitely worked. And this is amazing. This is what we wanted to see. So it doesn't only work for one language. Let's demonstrate you one last language. Let's say we have a JavaScript. So let's create a file called app.js. And we have another file, app.js. Now see what happens. We only have Hydra here, but let's summon web, the dot file folder. Now, if we try to look at our folder again, we have a bun. And there's a script here which allows us this automation. So let's go to n.app.js and say console.log. Okay, first, let's run it. So why did web work? Because of the alias. If you go here, this is done automatically if you try to install it with this. So Hydra goes to a dash. So I used previously this, right? But now I'm just using waves instead of writing this whole thing out, which you probably can do. So web works, but if you, this also works. Bun run .lua, and this also works. Okay, let's try this. Console.log. Let's say I love ice cream, and it did work. So isn't this amazing? And one thing I would like to show you is I have a VM type of thing, like it's running on Docker. This is another Linux inside Linux. It doesn't have it. If we look at this, it's like an ephemeral thing. This is used for testing out scripts that you cannot install on your own machine. I'm using Arch, but this is Debian. And it doesn't have a lot of things. It doesn't even have a Git. It doesn't have Lua. So when you are installing this, make sure you have these dependencies, whatever language. You cannot run JavaScript or C++ or C if you don't have GCC or G++. You need to have those things installed on your own machine. Let's do it. Let's install Git. Sudo pacman. Okay, it's gonna be apt for Debian. I want to install Git. Okay, it's gonna install me the Git. I think Bun is already readily available in Debian. Let's see if Bun is available. Bun is not available. So let's do this. Let's install Lua. Lua is very important. I think it's Lua 5.4. It's showing me two options. Okay, Lua is being installed. And do we have Python 3? No, we don't even have Python, so let's install Python 3. So it's gonna take less time, that's why I'm gonna go with Python 3. Okay. These are the files that I have, okay? A bash rc, let's see what's inside bash rc. That's the end. And I'm gonna show you what my program does to it. So we are going to clone this. Git clone this repo. Okay. Now I have one extra. I'm gonna go inside this and I have install.sh. Make sure to make it executable. Okay, now it's executable. Now if we try to install this, it's going to install the iNotify tool and everything else. Okay, runes installed successfully. And you'll see there's an extra folder called config. This is where our program is. Okay, if you want, you can delete this rmrf runes and it will still work. Okay, it didn't work. We have to source our bash file. Okay, now it's working. So what happens is that cat.bashrc, you have to reload this file. So these are the two things. When my program added this, that install script, my terminal was in the previous session, but source actually refreshes the session. Okay, so let's make a directory. Let's say grocery. We're gonna show a grocery list in Python. Let's get inside and this is an empty, there's no file. Let's summon our application. Runecall, let's say runecall Python. Okay. Now if we look at this, we have waves. This is what the folder is. That's what we want. So nano, this time we're gonna use nano text editor to create our app. Main.py, we don't have nano, so sudo apt install nano. Let's use nano instead of neovim, just to show that it works. It's going to be a little bit difficult to show you this because I should have opened two terminals, but anyway, this is ephemeral. Okay. Nano, and let's do main.py inside print hello Python. Okay. Let's just show you that it works. It actually works, but I have no way to edit this. If I delete this, this box is gonna disappear. But let's see if I can enter it. Distro box list. Okay, let's see. I want to enter this one. Okay. Okay. We have a great luck. I actually tried this instead of deleting it. So cd Um, let's go to grocery and nano main.py. So this is one line of code. Let's add another line of code. Let's say 2026 is the year of Linux desktop. Okay, it's working. This is what we want. This is an incredibly lightweight. It doesn't put any strain. I mean, if we're learning a language and the fundamentals of it, or trying something like one file or two files, and we're not using a huge project which requires all the features that an IDE like VS Code or any other like bulky code editor comes with. Heck, I don't even know how to use all the features of VS Code. I don't care. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense to use that. And this is very lightweight. It's better. You just like save it, and it just shows you everything here. Okay. Let's do hey. Let's see if it can actually take input data. Let's create like okay, small. Okay, let's do. Okay, let's do this. From Google, let's try to paste it here. Okay, I have to delete everything here. I do not know how to use Nano, really. I use Nano, but for a very simple thing. Let's see if this code works. This is the first time I'm gonna use it with an input. So let's see if it works. It works. If it doesn't work, I have to fix this. Oh, let's see. This is joyful. Oh, enter something. You entered, this is joyful. So it does work. Okay. It's kind of weird, looks weird, but it does work. So if we do it again, what it's going to show me is that, let's say Japan is a unique country. Okay. So it takes the input, it builds it. I mean, I could have shown it. I have to put some logic. So if there's an input, it takes the input and shows this line, and then it shows build success. Okay. Enter something. You entered Japan is a unique country. Okay. If I had used Python 3 like this, let's use. Okay, enter something. Japan is a unique. Yeah, so it definitely works out. So try this out and make sure you have your Git installed. Without Git, you will not be able to copy this, right? It's because it uses Git clone. It also shows you here how to do it, Git clone. So if you do not have this Git program, you will not be able to, use it. So what it does, it tells you literally. We literally copy this folder. This is just a single folder, right? This folder, runes. It copies everything into config.runes. Not everything, right? Install script is not copied. Git folder is not copied. So, yeah. So it makes this executable. It makes all the Lua files executable. It installs iNotify tools if it's missing. Adds it to the path on that bashrc file that I showed you earlier. And that's it. And you can use it. Enjoy. This is actually very fun. Like, I had fun building this. So maybe I'm gonna improve on this. I mean, I can still use it without that part. So maybe I'm gonna do that improvement so that it looks better. And maybe I'm gonna make more tools if I see hurdles.